Her rejection stung. Now she's watching your every move, waiting. But you? Nothing. No texts. No anger. Just silence. And that silence? It's louder than you think. Stick around. This changes everything. Men face rejection daily in dating, careers, life. We're told to chase, beg, or win them back. But Stoicism teaches something radical. Your power isn't in reaction. It's in stillness. That silence after rejection? It's not weakness. It's your atomic weapon of self-respect. Today, we break down why your quiet confidence dismantles her expectations and rebuilds you. Step 1. The psychology of expectation. She expects you to unravel, to scavenge the ruins for scraps of her attention, digging through the wreckage of why and what if, like a man starving for crumbs. Your anger? That's her confirmation. Your groveling? Her validation. It's a script written by ego, rehearsed by weakness. But when you choose silence, you tear that script apart. Female psychology whispers a truth most men ignore. Uncertainty ignites obsession. Your absence doesn't just confuse her, it forces her to confront the void she created. And in that void, doubt blooms. Did he not care? Was I wrong? About his value. These questions haunt her precisely because you refuse to feed the monster of her expectations. Most men deny this shift. They cling to denial disguised as love or fear masquerading as passion. They break silence to plead, negotiate, or rage, selling fragments of their self-respect for the cold comfort of a reply. But you recognize the deeper betrayal, not hers, but yours against your own dignity. Every unsent text, every muted urge to explain yourself, is a brick in the fortress of your character. This isn't manipulation. It's reclamation. Stoicism asks, what is within your control? Her actions? No. Your resolve? Absolutely. Silence is the ultimate assertion of sovereignty, proof that your worth isn't negotiable. It says, I respect myself too deeply to rent space in your mind. So let her wrestle with the echo of your absence. Your stillness isn't a weapon aimed at her. It's sanctuary for you. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best revenge is to not be like your enemy. Your silence isn't killing her. It's resurrecting you. Step 2. Stoic detachment. Indifference. You feel the sting. That raw, exposed nerve when someone you value turns away. Your instinct screams to do something. Text her, demand answers, drown the ache in noise or numbness. Most men linger there, trapped between denial and desperate hope, bargaining with ghosts. They refuse the lesson because love feels like surrender and silence feels like defeat. But let's be brutally honest. Clinging to what's gone isn't loyalty. It's cowardice disguised as passion. Marcus Aurelius understood this. His command, be unlike your enemy, isn't about ignoring the wound. It's about refusing to let the wound define you. Feel the cut. Acknowledge the bleed. Then ask yourself, will I infect this injury with resentment or sterilize it with dignity? Your silence is that antiseptic. It's the space where reaction dies and resolve is born. While she expects chaos, your rage, your pleading, your hunger for closure, you offer nothing but stillness. And in that void, her narrative collapses. No villain to fight, no victim to save, just a man walking calmly toward his purpose. Stoicism isn't suppression, it's redirection. Every unanswered text, every unmade call, is energy reinvested where it matters. You. Building discipline, honoring your time, protecting your peace. This is how true revenge works, not by harming them, but by elevating you beyond the reach of their influence. Control what's yours, your focus, your values, your next move. Let silence be the unbreakable wall between their choices and your worth. When you refuse to dance to their tune, You reclaim the stage. Your existence becomes the reply. Step 3. Masculine frame, the unbreakable container. Your frame isn't just your mindset, it's your sovereign kingdom. The boundaries of your dignity, the pillars of your purpose, the throne of your unshakable worth. When rejection strikes, understand. This, every plea, every argument, every attempt to negotiate your value back into her sight isn't persuasion. It's you willingly handing her the keys to that kingdom. You kneel at her gate, begging entry into a place you once ruled. And why? Because denial whispers that this time is different. Because love, or the ghost of it, convinces you that sacrifice equals strength. You trade your crown for crumbs of attention, mistaking desperation for devotion. But silence isn't emptiness. It's the fortified wall, the unbroken seal on your sovereignty. It broadcasts without a single word. My mission does not halt for traffic. My worth isn't up for debate. I am moving, building, becoming, regardless of who stands at the crossroads. Most men fear this stillness, conflating it with defeat. They fill the void with noise, hoping to control her perception, her regret, her return. Yet the Stoic knows, the only thing you ever control is your response. Not her thoughts, not her feelings, not her choices. Your silence is the ultimate exercise of that control. It isn't weaponized indifference. It's profound self-respect. It declares, calmly and finally, that your energy flows only toward what honors your throne. So guard your kingdom, close the gates, and let your quiet rebuild you. That stillness isn't for her. It's the sacred space where your sovereignty returns. Step 4. Why silence kills her curiosity. When she walks away, your mind races to assign meaning. Was I not enough? Did I fail? Does she see me as broken? Here's the hard truth you need to anchor to. Women reject options, not souls. Her choice isn't a verdict on your worth as a man, but a reflection of her current path, her fears, or her unmet expectations. It's not annihilation, it's alignment, or misalignment, but you're still whole. Most men crumble here not because the pain is too great, but because they refuse to accept this reality. They chase, they bargain, they dissect every word, clinging to denial like driftwood in a hurricane. Why? Because love, or the ghost of it, clouds their vision. They confuse persistence with honor, when true honor lies in respecting her decision and their own dignity. Your silence isn't a weapon aimed at her. It's a shield for you. And yes, that silence will unsettle her. Because when you disappear without protest, without begging, without orbiting her world in hope, you force a question into the space you left behind. Did I misjudge his value? That doubt isn't petty revenge. It's the natural consequence of your absence. It's her mind reconciling the man she thought she knew with the man who walked away with. Quiet sovereignty. That pause, that flicker of uncertainty, that's her regret taking root. Not because you orchestrated it, but because you allowed it by refusing to diminish yourself. The Stoic insight. You control nothing except your response. Her regret, her curiosity, her second thoughts, these are not your concern. Your power lies in turning inward. Tend to your purpose. Rebuild your resolve. Silence is the ultimate assertion of self-respect. I acknowledge your choice. I honor my own path. I am not defined by your no. Let your calm speak where words failed. In that stillness, you reclaim everything. Step 5. Non-reactive mindset in 3 steps. Let's be brutally honest. That contact in your phone isn't just a name. It's a landmine wired to your weakest moments. You keep it just in case, clinging to denial like a life raft. Maybe she'll change. Maybe I misread things. That's not love talking. That's fear masquerading as hope. So delete it. Not with rage, but with the cold precision of a surgeon cutting away decay. This isn't about her. It's about reclaiming. The oxygen your focus needs to breathe. When the urge to text ignites, when your fingers itch to break the silence, stand up. Walk to the weights. Let iron teach you what your heart refuses to learn. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Channel that ache into your back, your grip, your resolve. Burn the weakness out through your sweat. Every rep whispers, "What I build now can't be taken from me." Then ask the question that scalpels through denial. Will this serve the man I'm becoming 5 years from now? Picture him, that future self who's weathered storms you can't yet fathom. Would he beg for scraps of attention? Or does he walk taller because you planted oaks of discipline where you once laid flowers at her feet? Most men never ask. They trade tomorrow's dignity for today's fleeting relief. Stoicism demands this. Your self-respect is non-negotiable territory. Guard it with silence, not the silence of emptiness, but of resolve, a fortress no whim can breach. In that quiet, you rediscover your sovereignty, and that is the ultimate reply. Step 6. The emotional alchemy of silence. Your silence isn't a void. It's a cathedral of self-respect. You think she sees nothing when you disappear? Look closer. That quiet space you carved, where your pleas and protests used to live, is now echoing in her mind. Seneca warned us, we suffer more in imagination than reality. And right now, her imagination is scripting scenes you'd never perform. She expected anger, begging, proof she still holds your strings. Your stillness? That's the grenade she never saw coming. Most men sabotage this moment. They break silence because denial whispers, if she knows how much I care, she'll change. Or love lies, this time will be different. So they text, they bargain, they hand their dignity over like spare change. But not you. You're sitting in the fire of that rejection, not to burn, but to forge. Every unanswered call, every unviewed story, that's you choosing your worth over her validation. Her regret won't look like tears. It'll look like 3 a.m. scrolls. Through your profile, it'll sound like questions she'll never ask aloud. Did he ever need me? Was I the one who misread his value? Your absence forced that reckoning. You gave her the rarest gift, the terror of uncertainty. And in that space, she faces what you've already accepted, that some losses are permanent. So let the silence speak. Not to punish her, but to honor yourself. This is Stoicism in the trenches. Control what's yours, your focus, your growth, your next move. Her thoughts, her regrets, not your concern. Your power was never in forcing her to see you. It's in no longer needing her to. Close the chapter, not with rage, but with resolve. Your quiet isn't empty. It's full of the only thing that ever mattered, your unbroken self-respect. Walk on. Step 7. When she returns, and she will. When she reappears, whether through a tentative text, a chance encounter, or a sudden confession of regret, understand this with crystalline clarity. You are standing at the threshold of your own evolution. The silence you wielded wasn't punishment for her, but purification for you. In the quiet, you metabolized the pain. You let the humiliation settle like sediment, then distilled it into resolve. You rebuilt routines, rediscovered purpose, and realigned with your North Star. While she expected you to fracture, you forged. Most men fail this test, not out of weakness, but denial. They mistake nostalgia for love, familiar hurt for connection. They ignore the hard truth whispering in their bones. The man she left was incomplete. That version needed her validation like oxygen. He confused longing for loyalty. But you let the silence carve space for something new. You sat with the emptiness until it became fertile ground. Now you stand taller, not because she's looking, but because you finally see yourself. If she reaches out, feel no triumph. Feel no rage. Simply observe. Your power lies in recognizing that her return changes nothing about your path. You are No longer the supplicant starving at her table. You feast elsewhere now, on discipline, creation, and unshakable self-regard. Choose consciously, not from the scarcity of what if I lose her, but from the strength of what will honor the man I've become. Stoic insight. The chief task in life is simply this: to separate matters. Hold what is yours, release what belongs to others. Her presence, absence, regret, these are her property. Your dignity, your growth, your choice, these are yours. Guard them with silence. Move forward with grace. Your peace is non-negotiable. Conclusion. If this hit home, you're ready to go deeper. Hit subscribe and join 1,000 plus men rebuilding their core on Stoic 24. We don't sell quick fixes, we forge unbreakable minds. New videos drop every Tuesday. Remember, silence isn't what you do to her, it's what you give yourself. The space to rise. Stay stoic, brothers.